addako bano bameeya abaddako abessanyu. Okay. Embeera bwetyo bweri kababe bayizi basanyufu kababe bayizi basanyufu
muterevu embeera bwetyo bwekyali mu kuba ate nga yetambula embeera bwetyo bweri mu kubanga yetambula mpola mpola
byalizungu abaana basomero balina iPhone maasaana
ne banyabo abakyatokomeddeko
iPhone ekoma ku maasaana
nammwe abali mu kutugoberera ku mikutu gyonna sombera bwetyo bweri kubanga akkirizibwa kubanga ayina naye nga
nkulabe ng'ogyeko ku kamera
tuli mu kitundu mwenyenyini
maama n'okigambira nnyo we n'okizikire tewali kujjako kamera so
motoka ye eyo gy'olengera epakinze so nga tukyalinze ate oba oliawo okulaba ki ekiddako ninga mbeera bwetyo bweri mu kubanga etambula tuva wano nga Katonda mulezi waffe tujja kudda enateete tujja kuba twolekera tugenda kuba
abo bagenda okubeera abasawo baffe ab'enkya essaawa yonna bafuuka abasawo
wategekeddwa omukolo baganda bange
mwe temufaayo mumalira okusoma kwe mu gavumenti mpya musaala mu
yeeyo embeera eriwo ne banyabo tuli ku kakiiko k'ebyokulonda tuli ku kakiiko k'ebyokulonda obudde buno tuli ku kakiiko k'ebyokulonda eyo gy'olengera ekyapa
muli basawo munaatera okumaliriza
eba byokwolina bagamba bakyalina ensonga
Uganda ebyo mugenda okufuna omusaala mwe baana mmwe
bakiriyalinga mpolampola
ate musome
basobole okubanga bamukkiriza yeyongereyo so kyo kiri mu kutambula obudde buno baganda bange sebo ne banyabo
gwenno atulaba
beera bwekyo bukyali mu kuba ate nga
essaawa yonna buli kintu kyonna tukibawanga bwe kirina okubeera oli mukumboni kojja oli awo mutabani kale babuuzeeko mbeera tebakimanyi kitakkojja
olunaku lwetuli okunominatinga president tuli wano tujja kutuusisa awa yonayona so abaliyo mutusabire abaliyo nateekeka kubaagaanaawo ayi lwetuli mu lutalo tulimu esaala
n'abeedinda bali mu kubona bakobere
n'abeedinda bona balamuza kusoga yonayona tuli wano
mbeera
bantu batono nnyo abasobodde okutuuka we tuli wadde ate ne we tuli tugenda
already and we'll take 2 questions from you and yeah please so 2 questions please.
Kale oyo ye mutabani wange ndowooza mumutegedde abeefumbe ffe tumuzaala abefumbe ffe tumuzaala embeera bweti bweri
former army commander of the Ugandan People Forces. I think there are things that what is going to be your position on defense spending in your next government? Thank you.
When you build peace within the region, where you don't expect attacks, and you coordinate effort with other countries around the world, you have coordinated effort to neutralize insurgents and international terrorists. You reduce your defense budget, and then you will channel the resources that you get from defense budget to them on the social services. That's what we believe in. And two, if you are not repressive, but you also believe in a strong army, I believe in a strong intelligence service, I believe in a strong police services. Professional. And also when
Yes, we are currently now in Lubowa Reza, where the new home of the Electoral Commission is found. Headquarters, in fact. And by names of Ronnie the Transporter. You're live on Map Media TV. You're live on Ghetto TV. This is the second checkpoint. And remember, the Electoral Commission said that they are only allowing 2 vehicles to proceed. Only allowing 2 vehicles to proceed. And we are still waiting for the confirmation from where, because they've told us there's another candidate who's making a speech. So they're waiting for him to finish his speech. Then the late Kyagulanyi Robert Ssentamu, aka Bobi Wine, to proceed at his nomination. It's 24th of September 2025. You're live with me, Mpanga Ronald, aka Ronnie the Transporter, right away from Map Media TV group. This is the current situation. Heavy deployment here over. UPDF, JAT, police at large. We're live on Finance Media.
Wait, they are back fine. Come. Madam, the list is here. Madam.
Media. Adolf Samata.
The driver.
Without a card?
Driver. These people there. Okay.
Yes, President Achali Wano, Rweza Tanaba Kuyungira officially, technically, I think they are still trying to understand before they usher him out. The president is escorted by the vice president of the vice president of the national interest from in charge of Western Uganda, that is Honorable Jacqueline Tukamushaba. He's escorted by, I've seen the former national mobilizer for NUP, the Honorable Fred Nyanzi. There is also the First Lady on the other side escorting His Excellency Robert Ssentamu. Of course, the able Secretary General Dr. David Lewis Rwangoya and his counsel, his lawyer, and I've also seen the Secretary General, the Treasurer for NUP, none other than Honorable Benjamin Katana and other colleagues. So that is the team that we are having here in this press. As you can see, that's the situation. The situation that is still.
Abali enateta ababalinze obagamba
natete banage tujja twatusedde wano tugenda okwewandiisiza otuva wano tujja straight natete kukikuba paka kuwulira bulungi
paka kino si kyakuwulira bubi kino paka ne Uganda so bwe tuli mami oyo ye mami wa mutwe wali bagenda ogamba wano tomutunuzaamu kamera negooga wali bagenda gamba maama olaba ali wano ye maama wooli omusibe gw'olaga nti onyiize nnyo naye ono ye maama wooli omusibe gw'owo tebannamusiba olaga nti otidde nnyo naye ono maama ye waali okitegeera ye maama waali Edi Mutwali eri gw'olaga tikakati bagenda kunominatinga Edi Mutwali mukono maama waali okitegeera kati maama ate yakoze muveeyo. Excuse me, mami muveeyoko. Muveeyo.
Abantu bo batandika okujaganya eri badira engalo ale yaffe.
Mukise ku district nenga chikira mu lukachina chemiruka
emiruka mukaaga
gombolola
go town council Wakiso town council
sebo oli wa mukisoko bango oliranye ndo sunsulira sebo
era njagala kulaba nti mu 245 nzija nange bansusule nga president 245 naba cha president
mwagala kubanga betujja
245 ngamba nze
sebo system tulina okubanga kati generation yaffe egenze ngempye koze
lego okimanyi nti n'emyaka abiri
kati kyengamba omujiji gavumenti yonna ebezze emyaka abiri ekinene nnyo kuba kati olaba bano bamuvansiko singa 26 basiibwe singa kati n'omujiji omulala mu 226 buzi
naye kyokimanyi nti ne mu kanso njagala ekisanja kimu kyokka nagambye dda abalonzi nze njagala kisanja kimu ate nga nkireka n'emyaka emirala 2 nga bagamba nze kansala.
Robert Obustyle has been with you from the day he came out in 2017 and he's still doing it. Be rest assured that the president will soon be with you shortly.
Kubanga Nasifu Najja ye wa district gwe bawadde kaadi nnyo tulira tebaja aya okay
who is the Secretary General, I think he has actually come on time to see how best he has actually, the candidate is not yet here, he is actually moving straight to the tent. I think there is something that we need to follow and find out what is the matter, because the security is actually heavy. They have actually beefed up more security in this particular time. Lewis Rubongoya has entered the tent where actually the commission members headed by Justice Simon Byabakama are actually waiting to see how they can verify the papers of the NUP aspirant, that is Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. So right now we shall be waiting, because we thought their role is actually to wait and receive their aspirant, but as for now we have to wait and find out exactly why Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu is not yet here, because we did expect as well that the leader of opposition, that is Joel Sanyonyi, to accompany him. But of course, seeing the Secretary General of the National Unity Platform Party, I think that is also a symbol. He came along with a file. He is actually carrying a file, and we need to find out what is exactly into that file. But of course, not forgetting that today we've so far nominated 2 candidates. That is Nathan Nandala James Mafabi. He was nominated very early in the morning, and he had everything done. He assured us of doing a few things for the Ugandans. Of course, we wait to see how best he will accomplish whatever he has to, but of course waiting for the official date of the campaign on 29th. This was actually justified by the EC chairman, that is Justice Simon Byabakama. Gregory Mugisha Muntu, the aunt president, has also been duly nominated at exactly 2. That is actually the actual time where we wait. I'm seeing the protocol team actually still standing outside, because their role is actually to receive any other candidate or any other guest who will be actually walking in. So we wait to see exactly. Remember, this is going to be the second time the NUP candidate will be actually getting onto the ballot. That is if the Electoral Commission actually finds it viable, that is if he has all the requirements, that is if he has all that it takes according to the requirements that were actually asked for by the Electoral Commission. It is very important when it comes to that aspect. A number of things have also been actually highlighted from yesterday up to today, and remember this is the closing day, but of course we'll wait to see if actually cool will be kept the entire day today. And according to the information that we are hearing actually right now from the tent, the commission is actually still seated on the high tables over there, waiting for the next aspirant. The next aspirant I'm talking about Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. But of course, looking at the is a cool situation. I can see military actually surveying the entire. Like we say today, the EC chairman did tell us that of yesterday he was short of 2 candidates, but of course they did add on Major General Gregory Mugisha Muntu. He has been duly nominated, but also we wait to see if there is any other candidate. But of course, as for now, we only wait for one other aspirant, that is Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. We are not yet sure if there is any other candidate who will be actually coming in for now. So for now, I will be handing you over to the main tent actually to get exactly what is happening in there, and at a later time we shall actually be coming back to you as well to keep you up to speed on what will be transpiring at this very particular time. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Jethro, our correspondent there at Reza, where the Electoral Commission is exercising the duty of nominating the presidential candidates for the 2026 general elections. Like here, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, the flag bearer for the platform, is expected to arrive at 2. But we have seen the Secretary General, Louis Burubongoya, who has
naye ono maama ye waali okitegeera ye maama waali edi mutwali eri gw'olaga kati bagenda kunominatinga edi mutwali mukono maama waali okitegeera kati maama ate yakoze muveeyo excuse me mami muveeyoko muveeyo
abantu bo batandika okujaganya eri badira engalo ale yaffe
nayo maze okulanga egenda amuna
lonza kirala kyonna teri mmotoka egenda kujja nga si ya His Excellency Bobi Wine mu kkubo eryo, era buli omu gy'alindiridde essaawa dino denininini bakyogera batya mu Lusoga essaawa dino denininini bakyogera batya njagala kwogera ku Lusoga nze manyiko kali essaawa ndala tusigazza kati eddakiika 10 His Excellency Bobi Wine simanyi
ne babazaayo ate mabega
nze ne Lugongoya
bonna nze nabo endaba enzijide ani akwa
afande mu musabe bannange
gwe musabe toyogera mu live za banno ayogera mu live za
waliwo wekikirize
onafanda akirizibwa kuyimirira mu bifaananyi byange ati unawakutte bagamba ati mwana NBS akwagala nnyo tuli kusama media ne BBS
9 minutes from now. Communication are going on. So embera bakadde bange mwena abakyatwekumiddeko mwena abaketwegattako embera bweti bweri wayina nkutumiddeko nnyo ogambye nti kwendi nnyo ku KK TV Uganda dola we bali kwanga tena kwoli Zeni Maye, thank you for tuning in. Felix C. Raiser, thank you for ogambye pressure banange mukakani ogambye nti kiki ekiganye Monira be nayo kwoli ani ono akyagamba dakika 11 no tetukyaweza dakika 11 tuyina kati dakika 8 naye nga His Excellency Bobi Wine agwe tulindiridde mu kaseera kano abasajja bamutaataganyizaamu walijjukira kati tetunategeera oba bazzeemu ne bamukwata naye kyonna kyekiri tugenda kikuleetera ku mukutu KK TV Uganda information yeyo yonna gye tufuna tugenda kuba tukutuusaako ensonga yonna.
eddakiika 5 nga ekyuseemu wano eruddeeyo naye nga wanowo
kale enteekateeka bwezityo bwe ziri okuviira ddala eri ku kitebe ky'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda Robert Mutebi ne Grace Segirinya kwe basimbye amakanda okuva enkyalero batuusaako ebigenda maaso obutereevu ekigenda maaso kwe kulindirira okulaba bannakibiina kya NUP oba nabo flag bearer waabwe n'atuuka ku kitebe. Tulabye entourage esoose omuli ssaabawandiisi w'ekibiina ne akulira ebyamateeka mu kibiina be basoose okutuuka naye ku mulundi guno tulaba nga waliwo motoka ezituuse ekyo ekikakasa nti aspirant Robert Ssentamu Kyagulanyi yandibanga kati atuuse mu kiseera kino kyennyini. Tulaba nga asharinga abantu mu kifo ekyo balagirira oba bateekwa okuyita kyekigenda mu maaso mu kiseera kino kyennyini naye mabegakaawo Major General Retired Gregory Mugisha Muntu yakakasiddwa okuba nti agenda kubanga avuganya era ajja kulabikira Kakonge. Robert Ssentamu Kyagulanyi yoyo gwe tulaba mu suuti eya navy blue yambadde tayi ya red batuuse ku kifo wasunsulibwa abagenda okwesimbawo awerekeddwako bannakibiina. Tulaba Honorable Balimwezo Ronald Nakawa Nakawa naye atuuse be bawerekedde Robert Ssentamu Kyagulanyi. Entourage ya National Unity Platform mu kaseera kano kennyini yeyingirawo wali ku kitebe. Ekifaananyi kye tufuna
Robert Ssentamu Kyagulanyi
Deputy President.
Devi? Press team. Media. Lewis, let's get ready to
Inside, we are going to go to take approximately 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, the registration is done and your detail. After that, we will go and address the media. Then after that, we have to done. So in the moment,
Deo tambula, deo yangu. Ndimu tambula. Kotia.
Okay, now
The next aspirant is walking in. The next aspirant is walking in.
Okay, guys, give us.
Members of the press, please give way to the next aspirant. Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. The next aspirant, Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. The National Media Platform is the one that is coming in, dog chair of the commission. Please, protocol it.
Media stop there.
The next aspirant to where they should sit. And members of the press, please take your spots where you should be. Members of the press, be where you have always been.
These diplomats, I don't want them. Because I've blocked you.
Take your seats, please.
If you stand, I'm going to block your sides.
Lord Chairperson and members of the Commission, Lord Chair, I hand over to you to take forward this process that you have invited the guest for. Thank you.
Your agent. Thank you. The nominator, can you stand up, please? Nantumbwe Jen, is here. Nominator. Seconder, Jago Fred, the seconder. All right. You can remain seated. Okay.
To the people who may be joining this occasion for the first time here and online, we are at the EC grounds in Rubowa, Rweza, in Makinde Sabagabo. And this place is the first permanent home for the headquarters of the Electoral Commission in Uganda. And going forward, this is going to be the venue, the place where presidential candidates are nominated, and the set for this 2025-2026 general election being the first ones that have been nominated from grounds that belong to the Electoral Commission, that belong to the people of Uganda, because this is your commission, this is your Electoral Commission. And so those who are watching online and following on TV and other platforms, the Commission has now instructed the technical teams here to verify and check all the particulars that are required of an aspirant for presidential elections, to participate in the presidential elections as a candidate. So that's what the Commission has asked the teams here that are from the legal department of the Commission, the voter data management department, election management, field operations, to check those particulars that are required. And they are checking those particulars which the aspirant was informed to bring as they submit their nomination papers. The nomination form, filled in triplicate, 3 copies, a declaration of consent that the aspirant consents to being nominated, confirming that the aspirant is a registered voter, is a citizen of Uganda by birth, and confirming, as the Commission said, as required by the law, that the aspirant has got the minimum academic qualifications, that they have attained at least advanced level standard or senior 6. So they're checking to confirm that the aspirant went to school. They're also confirming and checking those other particulars certificate indicating that the aspirant obtained the required numbers of supporters as required by the law. That the aspirant has paid the required nomination fee of 20 million shillings. Proceedings for keeping them informed of what is happening, because this is their exercise. This is the exercise of the people of Uganda. And what the commission is doing is fulfilling that responsibility that it has. So we thank you, members of the press, for since yesterday, actually since the roadmap started, the roadmap to the 2025-26 general election was first launched in July 2023, and again revised and relaunched in the presence of stakeholders in August 2024. And over time, a number of milestones on that roadmap have been undertaken, including demarcation of electoral areas at local government level, the organization of polling stations, mapping of persons with disabilities to polling stations, the first major nationwide mapping of persons with disabilities to establish who they are, where they are, what kind of disabilities they have, what needs to be done to ensure that there is greater inclusivity in the electoral process by persons with disabilities. And one of the things that the Commission has done and endeavors to do is to make sure, for instance, that on events of this nature and others, that there is sign language interpretation or translation. And you can see we have Mebo Murunji there for those who understand the language of sign language. And then the Commission undertook the update of the National Voters Register. Period was given when voters who had the opportunity to, those who are not on the register, to register as voters. Those who were new voters to register as new voters after attaining the required age. There was also the opportunity for those who wished to make transfers from one voting location to another to do so as provided for in the law. There was a period for the display of the voters register at the various levels. And fast forward, now we are in this nomination process, which started with nominations at local government level, and elections of special interest groups, the youth, older persons, and persons with disabilities. And now we are here for nominations for the people that are aspiring to the top position in the land. When the roadmap was announced, 23rd and 24th of September looked to be very far, but now we're on the last day, 24th. So you're welcome.
Well, what is happening right now is the commissioners of the Electoral Commission are perusing through the documents of Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who happens to be the NUP flag bearer and the sixth person today and yesterday who have come at the proposed site for the Electoral Commission headquarters. That is the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Simon Byabakama. I see him doing some mathematics, doing some calculation there, signing papers. Well, this is a tough time because before he pronounces himself that you've been duly, let me just wait for that statement. Maybe he's about to speak. Well, before he pronounces himself, you cannot be very sure because we saw Elton Joseph Mabirizi. Okay, let's listen.
Distinguished guests, we've been scrutinizing and verifying the nomination papers of the aspirant, and we are satisfied he has fulfilled the requirements of the Presidential Elections Act. Therefore, I, Justice Byabakama Mugenyi Simon, being the returning officer for the nomination of presidential candidates, declare Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert a duly nominated candidate in respect of the presidential elections 2026, he having fulfilled the nomination requirements under the Presidential Elections Act, Chapter 179, Laws of Uganda. You are now a candidate. Congratulations. Right. You are required to append or affix your signature or that of your agent on this paper to confirm that indeed you have attended. So please, your agent or yourself, whichever. How sure? Okay. Candidate Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, as a duly nominated candidate, you are required to observe the following. 1, you are to appoint an official agent who will coordinate your campaign meetings and media program, and also attend meetings on your behalf where necessary. Secondly, you are to avail the commission with a schedule of your campaign meetings and media program as soon as practicable, so as to facilitate the smooth harmonization of all the candidates' campaign programs countrywide before you embark on your campaign schedule, which officially begins on of September. You're also to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Electoral Commission on compliance with the harmonized campaign program, timelines, and guidelines. Although the campaigns kick off on 29th, however, you are at liberty today to Furthermore, under Section 23 of the Presidential Elections Act, the Commission is required to ensure that the relevant organs of the state provide you, during the entire campaign period, your protection. Hand over to you a security vehicle together with the security personnel who will be guarding you at all times. The vehicle is at our cost. The fuel, the driver, the guards protecting you are all at our cost, even maintenance of the vehicle. Thereafter, we have a media tent. You may want to address the media and talk to the people of Uganda. It is at your will. But for now, can we go and we hand over to you your security vehicle and the security personnel. Thank you very much.
So, please,
hand over to you a security vehicle.
Thank you very much. Please, the candidate,
Welcome back to the Electoral Commission here in Rweza-Lubowa, and the presidential nominations are still happening, and this is the last candidate. The Honorable Robert Ssentamu Kyagulanyi is now proceeding to be handed over the security detail that is his. It will be a 16-man security detail, and this detail is both for his home and his personal movement, and also, as said by the Electoral Commission, this detail is catered for by the Electoral Commission. Will be handing him over the car. Then he'll be addressed by the commander of the security detail, who will in turn give a brief. Also will be in case he has any security detail. He is coming and walking out of the tent. He and his wife and a delegation of about 10 to 20 people who are with him, most of them the executive of the National Unity Platform. Who is there? Lois Rubongoya, who is moving with him. You will also see the Chief Whip, Nambeshe, who is also with him there. He has a whole team that is going and escorting him to be able to receive the brief of this transportation. And his car, this transportation is not to be indulged by the candidate. It is only for the security detail. He, the candidate, has to find his own means of transport to be able to move from one place to another. We also see quite a number of members of the Honorable the principal to receive. He's actually a candidate. He's not
Ssentamu, the new principal and flag bearer for the presidential elections 2026, has officially been nominated by the Electoral Commission. All requirements needed, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu has presented them, and the Electoral Commission is very satisfied. Now he's heading to the vehicle that is being given, and this is for his
100% right.
That is his deputy.
Yeah, of course. So, he was say you want to move here. There, will be there. The driver. Where's the driver? Can you please step forward, driver? Okay. This is your driver, seconded. Thank you. The rest is now you can go.
Our seats here. Protocol team, please get me an umbrella for the candidate.
Yeah, address it alone. Address it alone. But you need an umbrella. Yeah.
Nope. President, now a presidential candidate for 2026, making the total of 6 men that are going to appear on the ballot paper. Don't ask me where are the ladies.
Protocol team says,
because unlike
sit.
previously, this time around we seem not to have any lady having met the requirements of the Electoral Commission. Nancy Kalembe had expressed interest, and a number of women had expressed and picked nomination forms, but when it comes to fulfill the requirements, we've not seen any. Well, let's go to Robert Kyagulanyi.
You are welcome to address the nation. We have 20 minutes here. You can talk to us for 10 minutes and then take some questions from members of the press. You are welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. We strongly believe that today has fallen on this day, not by coincidence. Maybe there's a message that we are getting from the Almighty. Mama Jole, rest in peace. We shall make you proud. We shall never give up your dreams. Fellow Ugandans, ladies and gentlemen, comrades in the struggle, I am deeply humbled and profoundly honored to accept your nomination to be the next president of the Republic of Uganda for the year 2026 to 2031, not 1926 to 1931. I thank you very much for the trust that you've continued to place in me ever since I offered myself for the first time for the presidential office in 2021. Today, my heart is filled with a deep sense of responsibility to deliver to that trust that you've put in me. Together, we have been everywhere preaching the message of a new Uganda. And today, with this nomination, we start on the final phase of our mission to freedom and true independence. Since our nation was born in 1962, every change of leadership has been written in blood, the blood and sacrifice of the common people of Uganda, the citizens of Uganda, and yet the leaders who always promised liberation have always delivered oppression. For 40 long years, one man and a small group of his relatives and friends have ruled our country on gunpoint. They have looted our nation and turned every institution of government into a tool of oppression. They have reduced the citizens of Uganda into slaves on their own land. They have reduced all of us into beggars, and they've turned our poverty into a tool of control. And yet, our country is not poor. Our country is rich. Our country cannot fall down. Our country will stand firm. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is fertile. Our people are hardworking and enterprising. We are rich in creativity. We are resourceful. We are energetic. We are young, and we are promising. Our country is one of the richest countries on the planet in terms of natural resources. So, my brothers and sisters, our problem is not lack of wealth. Our problem is lack of leadership. Leadership that serves the people instead of terrorizing them and exploiting them. Leadership that seeks to uplift the citizens instead of enslaving them. Sisters and brothers, this is not the first time that we stand before you with a dream of a new Uganda. We first made our attempt 5 years ago in 2021. Hundreds of our brothers and sisters were tortured. Many of them were arrested, and they're still in prison as we speak right now. Many were killed, and many are missing to the present day. And yet, we refuse to give up. I know that many of you are now asking, why then do we go to the polls? Why do we risk the tear gas, the bullets, the prisons, the torture chambers, the death, and all the mess that is awaiting us? My answer to you is this. We risk it all because the alternative is giving up, and that is 10 times worse. If we give up now, we shall have no moral authority to complain about what happens next. If we surrender now, that means that the fighting spirit of Rita Nabukenya, of Frank Senteza, of Yasin Kauma, and many others has been defeated. It means that they died in vain. It means betrayal. Betrayal of the comrades who have spent years in prison, counting on us who still have our little freedom to continue fighting for their freedom. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what happens to us, we must keep moving forward. Even if somebody tells you that our chance to freedom is only 1%, let us take that chance and fight. We have always been telling you about the protest vote, and today, let me use this opportunity to break it down in more detail. We have voted before. We have won elections before, and we have been rigged before. But the election this time is no usual election, brothers and sisters. We are going into this election as a way of protesting against the injustice that has been occasioned to us for the last 40 years. We are protesting, and the protest begins now. We must use this election season to rally the people of Uganda, to express their anger and to express their hope at the ballot box. We are going to use this election to protest legally. We are going to use this election to protest constitutionally. And we are going to use this election to protest non-violently. We must mobilize the people of Uganda to come out and vote in very, very large numbers. Numbers too big to rig. We must lay different strategies and make different plans to ensure that we, the people of Uganda, get our freedom in this season. Now, to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, you, brothers and sisters, the Ugandans in the diaspora, you send so much money. You send more than $2 billion back to Uganda every year. In real sense, you are the biggest investors in Uganda. We know that many of you even fear to come back home because you know what happens to those that return home. Many of you don't risk the brutality. We know that Ugandans like Sam Mugumya, who returned from a Congolese prison, was abducted weeks ago, and up to now, he's missing. Nobody knows where Sam Mugumya is. We know Robert Kayingo Luja, a lawyer who was recently abducted from the airport, kept incommunicado for a month before being forced back in exile without even stepping foot in his house. The examples are many, ladies and gentlemen, but I tell you, my friends, we are fighting so that you can return to your home, to your families, to freedom and dignity. We are fighting so that you are received with roses and not handcuffs. We fight so that Uganda can give your children the chances and opportunities that you never got. That is why we fight. Now to General Museveni. I know you don't like listening to young people or even listening to anybody at all, but at least listen to your friend and Bush war comrade, General Kainda Otafire. I want you to remember that Uganda was here before you, and Uganda will be here long after you are gone. You don't have to burn it down on your way out. The best guarantee for your legacy, for your security, and for what you and your people have earned in the last 40 years is to allow a peaceful, orderly, and democratic transition of power. That opportunity is available because we are not vengeful people. We still believe in peace. We still believe in justice. And yes, we believe in reconciliation. All we want is a free and fair election. No military violence, no police brutality. That is not too much to ask for. Let this election not be a military operation. this be a democratic election. That should not be too much to ask for. You are aware that for the last 5 years, your regime has done everything to break our spirits. Silence us, but we are even louder. We are not giving up, and you know that you cannot defeat people who don't give up. Now to fellow Ugandans, I don't need to tell you that the 2026 election is already not fair. You have seen General Museveni's son, who is also head of our military, promising to kill our people in order to guarantee 80% of the vote to his father. He also said that during these presidential campaigns, we will be forcefully guarded by his private militia, the SFC, the same SFC which is responsible for abducting and torturing our supporters. So as we go for this campaign, it's like walking into the shadow of the valley of death. But I say to you, comrades, fear no evil, because the Lord Almighty is with us. I say to you, brothers and sisters, that we shall walk but not get tired. We shall suffer, but we shall not die. It will be painful, but we shall win in the end. We shall reach in a new Uganda. We have no doubt about that. We shall reach in a Uganda and other workers are paid promptly and adequately. Where farmers earn fair income from their produce, where traders are not suffocating under exploitative tax regimes. That is a new Uganda that we dream of. That is a new Uganda that we shall definitely get to. A Uganda where citizens can demonstrate on the streets about injustice, and the response of the government will be to listen to them and not to shoot them dead. A Uganda where jobs are not for the connected few, but for all those who qualify and are willing to work. Thank you. In the coming days, ladies and gentlemen, we shall unveil our manifesto, and we shall go ahead to paint a clear picture of that new Uganda that we dream of, that new Uganda that we believe. But ultimately, about leadership, that will be a Uganda where leaders will be serving the people and not the other way around. I tell you, my friends, that Uganda is possible in our lifetime. And with your courage, with our sacrifice, and with the grace of God, we shall reach that new Uganda. Now, as the National Unity Platform, even with the little resources that we had for the last 4.5 years, we have already demonstrated that we are able to use less and achieve more. We have managed to acquire the biggest political party headquarters in Uganda. We have launched the first school of leadership, and we have gone ahead to groom leaders at no cost to them. Leaders that will uphold our values and offer leadership to the next generation after we retire. We have supported families of political prisoners and missing comrades. We have refused to be compromised. We have held onto our principles even when it has come at great personal cost. We have pursued and secured sanctions against those who steal from our people and against those who oppress our people. We have kept the struggle alive, and we are growing even stronger. Now to the international community, Uganda's freedom is not only for Ugandans. Uganda's freedom is for everybody. If Ugandans are safe, if Ugandans are not safe, neither are our neighbors, nor the international dwellers or the international community that always receives us when we go seeking for asylum. Please stand with us as we stand for democracy and human rights. Now to our senior comrade, Dr. Kiza Besije, to our brothers Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro, Comrade Bobi Wine, Eddie Mutwe, Achireu Chivumbi, Machete, Gaddafi, and all other political prisoners. We honor you, we think about you, we pray for you, and we are fighting for you. To your families and every Ugandan that has been affected in this struggle, please don't lose hope. Your suffering will never go in vain. Now finally, to the comrades that I will be moving with on this campaign trail, the foot soldiers, the ordinary citizens of Uganda who have nothing else to offer to their country but their selves, their bodies. First of all, I thank you, brothers and sisters. We have stood together through the tear gas, through the bullets, through the beatings, through the abductions, through the courts, through the prison walls, and through the funerals. You have been my shield. You have been my eyes. You have been my courage. You have been my strength. You have been my friends, my true friends. Today, as we go into what is likely to be an even more violent campaign, I will be relying on you, my friends. We are embarking on a long walk to freedom. Whatever lies ahead of us is going to test everything that we are and everything that we stand for. But I guarantee you, brothers and sisters, freedom will come at the end of the day, because after all, freedom never comes easy. Our grandparents shed blood for the independence of this country 62 years ago. Our parents shed blood for what they believed was a liberation 40 years ago. Our comrades in this very generation are in prison for this very struggle. They've shed blood for this struggle. Many of them are missing and they don't even have graves for this struggle. Let us carry them in our hearts. Let us carry them in our minds. Let us do this in their name. Brothers and sisters, the same courage and discipline that has kept us going since 2017 should be the same courage and discipline to carry us through this campaign. Your duty in this campaign, I must remind you, will not be to protect me. Sober. Please be very calm and be very disciplined. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Be careful, but don't show fear, because this regime wants us to be fearful. My brothers and sisters, I want you to understand what we are fighting for. We are fighting for a better Uganda. We are fighting for the farmers, for the border riders, for the young graduates who have no jobs. We are fighting to understand what we are fighting for. We are fighting for a better Uganda. We are fighting for the farmers, for the border riders, for the young graduates who have no jobs. We are fighting for the ghetto people, those ghetto youth whose future is being stolen away in exchange for a few shillings. We are fighting for the ordinary children whose future is empty and we want to give meaning to. We are fighting for those police officers who are ordered to brutalize you because you are fighting for their children's future, and afterwards they have to return to their uniport, to an empty house, to children with no school fees, and to a family with no health insurance. Please don't look at them as your enemies, because they are not your enemies. They are victims too. They also wish that things can change someday. Brothers and sisters, if we succeed, this country will be free and things will change forever. It will never be the same again. Unfortunately, if we don't succeed, Ugandans, brothers and sisters, I want you to understand that this that we are carrying on our shoulders is a historical responsibility. So prepare yourselves. Hug your loved ones one more time and tell them that we are going to war. We are going to a war that we never chose. A war that we are not even trained for, but a war that has been imposed on us by our oppressors. We are facing an enemy that is armed to the teeth. And we are facing the enemy bare-handed, only armed with the truth and God. We are fighting this because it is a duty that we must take on. We are fighting for our God-given right to live as human beings in our own country. We will never retire. We will never give up. We will fight until we are free, and I'm sure we shall be free in the end. This is not a matter of when, but it's not a matter of if. This is a matter of when, and we know that we are going to achieve our freedom. Brothers and sisters, I want to conclude by guaranteeing to you that are here with us and all Ugandans all over the world that in the end we shall be free. In the end, everything is going to be all right. And if everything is not all right yet, then that will not be the end. Thank you very much for God and my country.
Thank you, candidates, for that address. Now, members of the press, the candidates team has said that it's going to do the version in Uganda at Natete and also answer the questions there. So given the environment, I don't know unless the candidate chooses. That is the candidate. Thank you very much. Uganda, Baba. Uganda. So let us wait for that advice, but that's what the team had presented. Thank you. Yeah. Apologies because of the weather and because of the time constraint. We request that we proceed to Natete to address our rally and maximize our time, and maybe we'll answer questions from there for another opportunity. Thank you very much. Thank you. Candidate protocol team, I know the weather is a challenge, but let's manage the candidate and decentralize. Please, protocol team, protect my microphone at the main podium. And let us usher the candidates, the vehicles, security team. Please attend to the candidates so that he exits well. Our dear guests, lunch is served as we await the next candidates, the next aspirants who are coming into our venue.
Jalabo oli motivu.
Members of the press.
No,
our tent for refreshments in the next tent. I hope we can find after this tent, we join the next tent where our lunch is served. Please, protocol team, attend to that. Please bear with the weather. Let us go to the next tent where our lunch will be served. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Members of the press, please. That's where we shall have our lunch.
Moroke chulaga eyambuka president wa NUP esoose magendo okutuula Bwayo ate eyokubiri ya leader of the opposition Yogera Ssentamu era baleeteddwa na motoka n'awerekeddeko basobole ate okwelabirayo.
Television Uganda.
Where you say mamas?
Yangu. Where you say mamas?
Songe. Okobo chai.
Abasajja baalize emikono gy'ekusabagana tuva ekuba mpitirivu oli ku Shalom Television Uganda. Leta baba. Ana kusikira kukata esiku inagenda kufa nataka kusente wakutapiki ai wakutapiki ai baba wakutapiki ai baba Vamos ficar big ai. Aqui paga. Olha puxar lá. Protection Uganda. Dr. Esther Kyagulanyi. Wamakazi. That's an umbrella.